Hello, and welcome to another episode where I read the craziest Reddit stories I can find. And every week, I think I find the craziest stuff, and every week, my expectations are unfortunately exceeded. But anyway, if you guys like this kind of stuff, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, first story. Help. This is what I found on my boyfriend's phone. What do I do? Oh no. All right. Me, 18 female, and my boyfriend, 20 male, have been together for 3 months. I literally was just going to tell him I loved him. He's the most sweetest guy I've ever met. He's so handsome, just my type. He opens doors for me every time. He does everything for me. He never lets me carry anything. Takes me on trips, tells me how beautiful I am, all day. Sorry, let me keep reading. His family loves me, and my family and friends love him, so he's pretty much perfect. Of course this had to happen. Sorry, I know I'm kind of half joking, but I find it funny that like all the stuff that she finds perfect is like, he opens doors for me and he respects me and tells me how beautiful I am. Wow. I think that's a match made in heaven. I think this is literally the most perfect guy ever. It's just so funny seeing a teenager's standards in relationships. I know I shouldn't have, and it's an invasion of privacy, but I went through his phone tonight while he was staying at my house. Ooh. Sounds like she like deliberately went through his phone. It's not like she kind of like stumbled into it. It's like she deliberately got away in. So it's a little messed up, but let's keep reading. Literally nothing bad at all. His Snapchat, his Twitter, messages, until I got to his Instagram. Ooh. His account was completely fine until I saw he had multiple accounts logged in. I went on the other one and holy shit, he's following a bunch of diaper boys as they call themselves. Ooh. I went into the messages and there's probably about 100 different people he'd been messaging dating back to like 2 years ago. God damn, okay. All right, let me read a little bit more. Actually, no, okay, all right, listen. Not to kink shame here or anything like that, but I can imagine the horror that one may feel when they peruse through their partner's phone only to find images of them wearing diapers and messaging hundreds of other people also wearing diapers, assumedly. Not gonna lie, that might scar me. I'm not gonna lie. That certainly wouldn't be leaving my brain anytime soon. But let's continue. The most recent being literally just a few days ago. Ooh, okay, so he's still doing it. All right. There's pictures of him in diapers and weird ass messages that I can't even explain. I ended up waking him up and telling him he had to go home and that I wasn't feeling good. I'm literally in shock. I wonder what the messages were. Like, I'm sure it was probably some like kinky, flirty stuff, but I wonder like what exactly do they like get up to, you know? Like what's the fun in that kink? Like what's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to be mean, but like what's the like where's the appeal? Like where are you getting off, you know? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I'm disgusted, heartbroken, and laughing all at the same time. Oh dang, not the laughter too. Okay. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't know how to feel if I'm being completely honest. So maybe sometimes you just gotta laugh it off a little bit. Like, what the fuck? This doesn't even feel real. I genuinely don't know how to handle this. I don't want to shame him for something he's clearly kept private, but I also don't know if I can stay in a relationship knowing this. We have a trip coming up in not even a week to see one of my favorite artists. I've already purchased my $320 ticket. I have no idea what to do. Please help. I mean, well, I guess first thing that comes to mind, yeah, you've only been together for 3 months, so I think it's understandable on his part that he wouldn't immediately reveal this to you. Definitely a sensitive topic and a sensitive thing to broach. So I don't think he's in the wrong for not telling you at this point, again, because it's only been 3 months, not very serious, okay? If you want to learn some deep, dark secrets, I think we got to at least hit the 6-month mark, if I'm being quite honest. And even then, for some people, that might be quite soon, all right? But yeah, 3 months, not a long time. I know you like this guy, but you know, hey, if this isn't something for you, I think it's one of those things you're just gonna have to be honest with yourself about and maybe move on. That way, you know, if you already know that this isn't something that you could tolerate or put up with or can even like accept and be open to, not saying you have to participate, but like be open to like him participating, it's probably better if you go separate ways, you know what I'm saying? In 3 months, listen, you're 18, there's plenty of fish out there, as they often say. And yeah, I'm not saying this is like something that's normal by my standards, but I can understand, like, you know, I feel like there's a reason for every kink, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there's some deep, maybe not even that deep, some sort of trauma or something that may make this like an appealing thing. And you know, if you're not hurting anybody, I think it's fine, especially if it's helping you work through some things or maybe even helping you become more confident in some ways. But regardless, you know, if you're not hurting anybody, I don't think it's a problem. So that, again, I don't think there's a problem with anything this guy's done. I do think, unfortunately, though, there is some other factors. Like, for one, if you don't mention it at all, he's definitely not gonna just like give up quick. Like, he's gonna wonder why you're breaking up with him without giving him like a straight reason. And to a degree, I do think it would be, technically speaking, it would be fair to him to give him a straight answer after you did, you know, invade his privacy and go through his phone and stuff like that. But obviously that probably wouldn't go over very well and might lead to an argument, or even, you know, some people out there are crazy. I acknowledge that too. So I think I can understand also the safety aspect too of not wanting to bring it up, just for trying to preserve your own safety, just in case it's like something he's very, very ashamed of and would like hurt someone else to keep it from coming out, that kind of thing. Because unfortunately, there are people like that out there. So I do feel like, you know, it sucks for him, but unfortunately, like, the best course of action I can think of is to just end it and give some other reason as to why, and not really tell him what happened or what you saw. And I feel like you would have to stick to that too, no matter how much like he might pry. Unfortunately for him, I think it would be just for the best. I think it would just be better to lie in this situation. I'm not gonna lie. Normally don't condone lying and ghosting and stuff like that, but I feel like this is one of those situations where it's probably called for. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm not saying this guy's bad, but there are some crazy people out there, some crazy, you know, stalker, murderer type shit. So you want to be a little cautious. So unfortunately, this is one of those type of situations. But yeah, I guess the other question that this poses is like, at what point in the relationship do you bring this up, and how do you even do that? That's like, I can't even imagine like myself, like how I would even do that. So for this guy, I imagine it's probably something that's like very, very tough for him to figure out how to come out with. And apparently, like they said, it was dating back to 2 years ago. So he's been into this for quite a long time. So this is like a serious, you know, aspect of his life and his personality. So it's not something that you could just like probably brush under the rug, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, babe, sit down. We need to have a chat. So the deal is, I like wearing diapers. Yeah, I obviously that's like probably gonna come out like so absurd to the other person that they probably wouldn't even believe you at first. But it's a big world out there. There's a lot of interesting things that people get down to. So no judgment, like I said. But I also, like, while we are being respectful, I do understand the girl for being weirded out. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like that's a relatively normal reaction to something like that. I feel like that's not something you are thinking about other people doing and thinking is normal. So, you know, even though she's like laughing at him and shit, I feel like it's kind of justified because the situation is just so absurd. It's like you feel like you found the perfect person, and then there's just this one little caveat, you know, just this one little caveat. Perfect match, but they kind of like wearing diapers and stuff. So, you know, just not a big deal. And yeah, as far as the trip goes, cancel that. You can't get a refund. Oh, well, that's, I mean, that sucks, but you're just going to have to suck it up. I'm sorry. I think that's the only way out of this situation for you right now. Not a lot of good options here. I'm sorry to break it to you. But yeah, I'm sure there's another diaper loving king or queen out there for him. But if not that, I'm sure there's someone out there who will be accepting of it. So it's all right to admit that you're not that person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that. I feel like that's perfectly valid on both ends. Valid for him to keep exploring this thing, but also for you to admit that it's not something that you would be able to kindly deal with. So I think the kindest thing you can do is probably to just call it quits, unfortunately. But like we said, you're young, you'll figure it out, you'll be alright. But let's move on to the next one. Am I the asshole for not buying a movie ticket for a girl in my friend group? Ooh, interesting. Why would you do that? Why not? What's wrong? And we now have the asshole tag on this here, so we know this one's probably going to be juicy. New account because she knows my main. This happened about a month ago. I, 20 female, and studying abroad in Japan for a semester. Ooh, Japan, okay. I made a friend group that hangs out almost every day. My crush, 20 male, Dustin, what a nice name, Dustin, is in the group. He was introduced by another girl, 19 female, Mel. Okay, Dustin and Mel. Mel is a total pick-me. Oh, is she? Okay, all right. She wears tight clothes to draw attention to her chest and is really touchy and acts ditzy on purpose. I'm already sensing a bit of animosity here. I'm sensing a little bit of jealousy, maybe. Let's keep reading, but I see where this is going. I'll admit, when I first met her, I thought she was really cute, so I let my guard down. The problem is she's constantly flirting with Dustin. Since they met before I did, she never lets me forget it. They're really close, and she'll just leave me out of conversations to talk to him about games or manga I don't know. Even after I told her I liked him and she said she'd support me, nothing changed. Well, listen, alright, well, first of all, this is one of my pet peeves. If someone knew them first, listen, maybe this is, okay. Normally speaking, right, everyone's equal and, you know, ideally everyone would get along equally. But if someone knows somebody first, if they were friends first, who are you to freaking insert yourself and think you have like more priority to someone and like you're entitled to them? Like, what the fuck? Like, brother, go kick rocks or something. Like, if I had a friend and then someone else came and then they were like trying to like, you know, push me out of the person that I knew first, kick rocks, pal. That sounds like that's such a white guy saying thing. Kick rocks, dude. But let's keep reading. This is already pissing me off. She texts him separately, eats with him alone, and when she invites me, she'll sit next to him, so I'm stuck across from them while she shares her food with him because she doesn't eat much. Sounds like she has a crush on him, and she was there first, pal, so I mean, you're just gonna have to compete, I'm sorry to tell you. It honestly feels like she's rubbing in how much closer they are. Even when I ask Dustin to hang out, he usually invites Mel too. Oh, I think, ooh. Listen, pal, you're losing this fight. I don't think he's interested in you. I think you're losing this fight. I've talked to her privately multiple times asking her to back off. The fuck? I tell you to fuck off. What the hell? Yo, nah, did I tell you to get lost? If someone did that to me, brother, we're not cool. We're not friends. I'm not putting on this buddy act. Like, what are we doing? The breaking point was when we went drinking. I got too drunk, threw up, and some got on her. She started crying. I think we might have a self-awareness problem here. I think we might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but I don't think we have the self-awareness skills that are kind of average. Like, what are we saying right now? So Dustin spent the whole walk back comforting her. At that point, I couldn't stand being around her anymore. My other friends also think she's a pick-me and are tired of her. She claims she wants more girlfriends, but we constantly watched her flirt with Dustin and other guys. We came up with a way to make her leave the group on her own. Oh, you concocted a plan. You came up with a freaking supervillain evil plan. Okay, that always works. All right, what was it? Let's see. We had a movie day planned, and my friend Linda offered to buy everyone's tickets ahead of time. She bought everyone's except for Mel's. Ah, wow, great strategy. The day of the movie, Mel messaged asking when and where to meet, but we ignored her. Oh wow, the good old ghosting. That's very easy. Yeah, just pretend she doesn't exist. Yeah, that you haven't been hanging out with her for what, like months now, and that it's just so, it's like high school stuff. It's so petty. They said they're studying abroad, so they're probably in college. They're not that far removed from high school. She ended up finding us at the theater, but had to sit a few rows away by herself. It was a little immature, but after everything, I felt like she deserved it. I mean, low key, yeah, if I was her and I had to buy a ticket and sit by myself, I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't even show up. After that, nah, all these people are dead to me. Like, what are we talking about? Honestly, have some self-respect, all right? You didn't do nothing wrong in this situation, so don't let these people freaking treat you like this. It's crazy. That's crazy. How you do her like that? And she said, I felt like she deserved it. Like, she feels no remorse whatsoever. And just has no self-awareness either. Like, not even enough to realize that her crush here, Mr. Dustin, doesn't even like her back. Oh, brother. After that, she slowly stopped reaching out to us. Dustin wondered why she didn't sit with us, but we brushed it off and said she'd been hanging out with another guy beforehand. That's like the oldest play in the book. Really? they were talking to other guys. That's like that's literally like middle school level. Oh yeah, spreading rumors about someone talking to other person. It doesn't get pettier than that. That's crazy. He believed it since she flirts with other guys in our exchange program too. Honestly, once she stopped talking to us, I felt like I could finally breathe, and now I can finally start advancing my relationship with Dustin without her interfering. But when I told my friends back home, they said I was an asshole for basically ghosting someone in a foreign country. In my defense, she's one of the only people in our group learning Japanese, so she can get around just fine without us. I think my friends and I were justified. My friends back home are calling me a bully. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Listen. I think the fact that you're even on here asking that is just like proof of how little self-awareness you have. And also saying you're going to advance your relationship with Dustin. What relationship are we talking about? Is it in the room with us? You didn't sound, even from the way you described him, not once did you yourself even mention that he was like reciprocating any sort of interest or feelings towards you. So like, and this person is like super delusional. So if even they didn't mention that, this guy really probably doesn't care much for you, if I'm being quite honest. Hey, listen, sometimes the truth hurts, okay? It's okay if not everybody likes you. It's okay if you don't, make every shot you shoot, all right? Dustin, it's not your ball. You just gotta accept it. It's Mel's ball, all right? And unfortunately, you're freaking getting in the way. She was innocent and you're freaking cock blocking her. Like, what's going on? But yeah, this is just like, it's even funny that she herself mentioned that her friends back home are calling her a bully, because they probably know her by now. If they like knew her from before she went to Japan and stuff, they probably know her antics and how she gets down. So I feel like her friends in this situation are probably like 100% spot on about her and like already know that she's like this, to even call her a bully. And it's just like amazing to me how like some people just like really lack certain skills, certain mental skills. It's just the self-awareness here is just completely non-existent. But yeah, this is a classic, jealous person. Mel has something that she wants that she can't have, and so she tried to get in the way of it, try to stop it. But it doesn't really sound like the guy in the situation really likes her back. So I don't think it's gonna go well for her when she tries to advance on Dustin. And he might even catch on himself that like there was some foul play if she just like, starts to be a lot more like overt with her advances and stuff. Like, especially after the girl he was talking to stops like hanging around and stuff. Like at this point, people can kind of catch on to things, or someone else in the group might say something too. So, but it didn't sound like the other people in the group were very bright either, because they were on her side somehow. But yeah, like how little self-awareness do you have to literally throw up on someone and then get mad at them? If it were me, we're fighting. Like there's just no way around it. We're throwing hands, okay? You're gonna get mad at me because you threw up on me, brother. I'm swanton bombing you into the ground. I'm sorry. Like that's just what has to happen after you disrespect me twice like that. It's just, listen, Mel, come on. We gotta get something going on in here. Get a ring, you know what I'm saying? Like a WWE ring, set the date, and you have to throw hands with her or something. Throw a freaking metal chair at her back, because this is just crazy. All right, that's the only way to settle this, okay? And you're in Japan, you can go Japanese style. They be going crazy with their wrestling over there. You know what I'm saying? They have some of the best wrestlers ever. So you know what I'm saying? Go find like a nice Japanese ring, get some people to officiate, get a crowd, make some money. It'd be lit, all right? It'd be like a freaking Yakuza minigame, bro. Like, and the other thing is like, she mentioned earlier, like, oh, she would leave me out of conversations to talk about stuff that she knows I don't know about, like games or manga. Like, bro, did you ever consider that that's just a common interest that they both have and that they both want to talk about, and that they're not excluding you just because you don't know anything about it because you're lame and you don't know cool shit? That's not them excluding you. You just don't know what they're talking about. But maybe if you were, actually a nice person and were like genuinely interested, maybe they would include you in the conversation. But that's not even what they want. They just, they want to isolate Dustin and have him to themselves. So there's like literally no like middle ground with this person. It's either she gets what she wants or everyone else is against her. And that's like, I feel like it's kind of obvious to see, but clearly not to herself. But let's see, what's the jury saying here? What's the comment saying? The breaking point was when you got too drunk and threw up on her. Like, bro, obviously you're the asshole. You cannot be serious. That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you gonna get mad at me when you throw up on me? if if that happened, we're throwing hands. I'm sorry. Dustin doesn't like you. You bullied a random girl for no reason. Your relationship with Dustin is going nowhere. You're the asshole. That's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't even, like, it's just so funny that this person's so delusional, but even in their delusion, there's not even one like mention of like any single speck of a sign that this guy likes them. It's like crazy. If Dustin kept inviting her and asking about her, why did Mel become the villain? You don't get to just call dibs and claim someone who hasn't expressed any interest in you. You're the asshole. That's what I'm saying. All right. Like, clearly he has interest in the other girl. So you just got to take a L, man. You just got to take a L. Plenty of other fish in the sea. You're in Japan, for crying out loud. It's a big place. All right. So you'll be fine. All right. Last one I'll read. You're the asshole. I bet Mel is extremely pretty because you're just jealous as fuck, girl. It's embarrassing how jealous you are. You think she's a pick-me because she wears clothes that accentuate her attractiveness and she gets on really well with the guy you like. Lols. You are wildly insecure. Yeah, I 100% agree. She's probably like a 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, just by like existing, there's going to be people who are jealous and think that they're like a pick-me or like trying hard or whatever, but they're just insecure. Dustin doesn't like you, nor should he. Oh my goodness, could you imagine if this poor guy ended up with her? I mean, listen, unfortunately, to some degree, he would have had to see the signs here. You sound like a terrible, petty, malicious person. Please reflect on this behavior and try to change. I don't think any self-reflection is going to happen here. I'm being so honest. The OP even said, I'll admit she's above average, but I think guys are mainly into her because she's got a big chest. Her personality and her face are pretty average. What more do I need to say? What more do you need to hear? Is that not the epitome of what a jealous person would say? That's just like saying their personality is average. What does that even mean, that your personality is average? Yeah, I have such a great personality. Like, only the worst kinds of people say shit like that. Someone said, give it up, you're insufferable. I feel that, but they're just, some people just aren't gonna learn, unfortunately. So the jury has decided you're the asshole. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed if you made it this far. It's a bit of a shorter one, only read 2, but I want to experiment a bit. But this is a ongoing series on my channel. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you want more content like this, I have a whole playlist that I'm growing and you can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description and it'll be at the end card. But yeah, if you want more stuff like this, be sure to like and subscribe. If there's any kind of topics you guys would like me to cover, be sure to let me know as well. I want to experiment with other videos. I have this series that I'm doing, also have gaming videos and some other content that I'm excited about that I want to try out on this channel. But yeah, rock with me. Till next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, week, month, year, life, and I'll catch you. Peace.